So I finally went ahead and did the dumb card shop tournament 4 times in a row. What that's given us is let us to unlock the Wandering Duelist here, Mako Tsunami, as well as Rex Raptor. Also, you can probably guess who else, My Valentine, and finally Weevil Underwood over here. So I figured I might as well just take them on this episode. Huh? Would you stop bugging me? Buzz off! Your cards are quaking in fear. So, still using the same deck as the last time. I did manage to buy a bunch of cards in between this episode and the last one, considering that I had to do a bunch of dueling to get the tournament to unlock. Just playing the tournament itself. So, considering that I've had a lot of trouble with this deck, it's relatively fine. The main issue with it is just that I run into hands like these where I have all these burn cards, but I don't have anything else, and then I'll draw another burn card, and that really does nothing for me. So I'm definitely going to choose a different sort of type or style for my deck next time. But in general, I just don't feel like it's very effective. It was a nice clutch idea at first, and I did have what I feel like was a really good conversation piece because of that, but I'd rather have a better structured deck. Or at least if I make a burn deck, something that works a little bit better. I don't know, in terms of structure decks, how far this game has. So we'll just have to wait and see. I did manage to unlock the Taya starter deck. Managed to unlock that. I don't know if we can actually unlock starter decks for everyone else. So, for example, one of these has to be a Man-Eater bug. So I'm just going to go ahead and see if I can get rid of that before I summon Guardian Angel Joanne. Let's see that. I picked the right one. I mean, who knows? They might all be freaking Man-Eater bugs. But yeah, I don't know if you beat every duelist a certain time, if that lets you unlock their starter deck in the store, which basically lets you use whatever cards they have in their actual deck. Maybe, I don't know, because I did manage to face off Taya a bunch of times, because Taya, she gives us a lot of DP, because of the fact that she recovers so much life points, so I have to bring her life points down a lot. Goblin Attack Force, that's... do I even have a chain for that? What do I even have? Oh, Shadow Spell? No. So next turn he'll actually be able to get rid of my monster. We won't let that happen, or at least try to, activating Shadow Spell. Which is actually a trap. Which was actually, I think, originally a spell card. If I remember correctly. In the original version, when Kaiba used it against, I believe that's the first version, Kaiba used it against Pegasus, and it was actually an actual spell card. So it kind of makes sense for it to be called that. But for whatever reason, they decided to change it into a trap card. I mean, it works better as a trap card. You get to activate it whenever your opponent tries to attack. You get to stop their attack and lower their monster's attack, which is great. But it's maybe not the greatest. We're going to have to switch Allen Turtle there into attack mode. And then see if we can attack this Great White over here. Even though it doesn't really matter too much, it's not an insect. So it's not like he can power it up, but I generally want to get rid of any of the stronger monsters he has on the field. G.I. Gumo. He's going to play all his monsters in the first one. He's going to attack. I wonder if he has to flip a coin first. Yep. And then there will have his life points. And then I ruin his day by activating the Gate Attack. Alright, so let's see. He has 2,400 life points left. I can attack his Man-Eater bug with Guardian Joanne, and he'll have barely any life points left. Because I'll be able to summon Guardian Joanne here and then give her Big Bang shots, which gives her an extra 400 and some piercing damage, which is great. Unfortunately, this thing has 600 attack, which means, actually, no, that's just enough. Alright, keep me going. Guardian Angel Joanne, attack his defense mode. Man-Eater bug for massive damage. There we go, just enough. So I was gonna give. I did the math wrong. I ended up with 24, which isn't good. But yeah, that's gonna easily take care of Weevil Underwood here, who gives us barely any DP. And I guess because we didn't really destroy a lot of his monsters. Ah! How can I lose to a maggot? Ugh. And I think since they're pretty much a pair always, I think it probably makes sense to take on Rex Raptor over here. Hey, if you don't pay attention to my dinosaurs, we'll stomp you flatter than a pancake. Ha ha ha. They're gonna duel me? Get ready for a prehistoric pummeling. I actually like Rex Raptor now because I've been using him a lot. In Duel Links, I have a Jirac deck that it's working out pretty well. I managed to get it up to platinum rank with it, so it's at the very least good enough to get out of gold. It's a very basic deck. It just has all the Jiracs that are available right now. So you know, Petra, Hera, Guiba, let's see, Iguanon, and then Tire Striker, the small one that summons tokens. I basically just have that, and I use that in combination with Needlebug Nest and Pyrex, the Immortal Fire Lord, to try and basically get Hera to the graveyard, summon Hera if I'm destroyed. But the ultimate goal is to summon Pyrex and go for game, you know, dealing burn damage and then attacking with his massive attack. But most times that doesn't really work out too well. These are very hard cards to summon. I used to have Seismic Shockwave in that deck when I first made it, but I took it out because I thought really it wasn't working out. I think I really should add it back. Because Seismic Shockwave, all it does really, it just lets you remove as many dinosaur monsters as you want from your graveyard, and for each one you remove, you get 400 life points. The fact that you get life points doesn't matter, but it just means that if, you know, I get Pyrex too late and there's more than 5 monsters in my graveyard for Pyrex, what he does is you have to have exactly 5 fire monsters in the graveyard to special summon him. You can't be normal summoner 7. So I need to have exactly 5. Needlebug Nest lets me get rid of my cards quickly, but often I'll get more than 5. So Seismic Shockwave will let me fix that out. But I don't know, I feel like it would lead me to like a dead draw and it wouldn't really be that useful. But I might have to change my mind now, I don't know. I'll have to see. At this point in time, I probably already did it, but I've been streaming Duel Links on mainly weekends, so on Saturdays I've been streaming Duel Links. I might end up doing that a little more often than that. I don't exactly know yet. It's kind of hard for me to come up with a streaming schedule, just because of the because I'm currently living with my girlfriend, so I have to I feel too self-conscious to stream or do anything when she's around. So I have to find a way to do it when she's not around, which is somewhat difficult, especially at nighttime. So that's why I haven't really been streaming Reckless Bout as much. But Saturdays seem to be a good day. But in any case, I've been just streaming me trying to climb up the ranks. I want to just make it up to Legend rank. My buddy Chris Kane is up there, and I mainly want to just see if I can make it up to Legend finally. I haven't really done a lot of ranked in Duel Links just because I figured it'd be too tedious, and I didn't want to deal with a lot of meta decks just completely destroying me and me not having the time or money to invest in better cards. But it hasn't been that bad lately. Brr. The Ice Age is here! That's going to give us 300 DP, which is, quite frankly, nothing. But most importantly, we can actually sign up for the next tournament. Currently accepting applications for the weekend tournament. 100 DP is required to enter. Will you enter? Hell yeah. The tournament will be held on Saturday. Make sure you and your deck are ready. So, what I'm going to end up doing, actually, is I'm going to end up making next episode I'll take on Mako and Mai, and I'll also, in between that, I'll have a butt ton of DP, and with that DP I'll just buy a bunch of cards. And I was considering doing what I did last time, where I just kind of made the deck out of packs that I opened up, but I feel like at this point I already have so many cards already that doing that might just give me not a great deck at all because I don't really have any like stronger packs unlocked really. Booster packs, I mean. So I'll probably do a combination of that. I'll probably, if anything, I'll try and come up with a theme. So you know how in Eternal Duel of Soul and Stairway to Destiny Duel, I always try to come up with themes for that because I feel like that's the best way to play these games. So I'll try and see if I'll come up with a theme. I'll probably revive one of my older themes that I've used for those games. So like all females or just warriors or fusion monsters or something like that, something fun. We'll see what happens. I can probably do a lot more in this game than I could have in any of those other 2 previous games. I just don't really have the cards yet. I mean, it may seem like the same mess so far because the cards haven't really seemed too different. That's just because I haven't really unlocked anything, but there are a lot of different cards. Trust me. And this is probably the last game I'll play where there are so much similar cards because the next 2 games that I'm playing are going to be, after this is going to be GX Academy. That one's going to have a lot of GX cards, so that's going to be quite different. And then after that, I'm going to play World Championship 2006. That's my favorite game. That also has a lot of different cards. It has a lot of the structure decks, for example. So it's a lot more closer to real life Yu-Gi-Oh! In that regard, that you can actually use actual strategies. Whereas here, I'm just kind of going balls to the wall and just summoning shit still and just attacking. But I mean, this game does have a lot of like newer cards and meta cards because this is where the meta actually started developing. But in any case, stay fresh.